This is a difficult topic because I didn't grow up with this. I didn't grow up with um, my dad beating on my mom. I don't recall him ever doing that. At the same time, that can't be said for everybody. Sometimes life gets really difficult, and unfortunately, because of our lineage and not being able to make amends before we pass, our fathers, grandfathers, great grandfathers, even some of the women had difficulty channeling or working with anger, and as a result, they never got to apologize, they never got to find closure, they never probably even learned why anger is such an important emotion to understand. Anger is about understanding what you value and what you want to protect. However, sometimes what we value and we're trying to protect may be coming from a place of just weak foundations, such as beliefs that the man is the king of the castle and he runs the show, and the wife is just there to take instruction, do what she's told, put on a brave face, stay quiet. And this can be the same thing for women against men. There are women out there that probably have a lot of unchecked anger in regards to their upbringing, and they didn't like how they were treated. They didn't like how they were raised. So they take it out on other people because maybe it's a way for them to vent. And unfortunately, when we do these things and we vent out unhealthy levels of anger at people that we care about, when we were friends with, and what ends up happening is another emotion comes up not long after. After the anger subsides, we get a chance to reflect and realize that shame might come up. And shame is there to remind you that you could have done it differently. You could have done it. You had choices, and you chose the wrong way to do it. And after that, there are either two states that come in. The ego comes in and supports your decision because it puts the blame on others, and you essentially believe that your actions are based on a real, genuinely good reason. And then the other flip side of that coin is you feel guilt. Maybe you feel guilt because you hurt somebody and you need to atone for your actions. Now, someone with a healthy conscience will shift towards shame and then guilt, because shame is there to remind you that you were not practicing your highest level of integrity. And guilt is there to remind you that you made an action or you caused an action that needs to be healed and resolved. So what I'm basically coming out informing everyone about is, if there's something you're trying to protect, question where the basis is. Why are you trying to protect it? And at the same time, when shame's coming up, with anger, if you put too much anger out at once, you weaken the field, you weaken your field from the outside. When shame comes up, and if you don't deal with that shame correctly, you weaken yourself from the inside. So now you are vulnerable to a lot of things that can go wrong. And you might go towards the drink just to numb out the feelings, or whatever substance you want to use to cope with it. and that weakens you even more. And that's how you age faster. On top of that, you're producing chemistry that you shouldn't be holding in to your body, such as adrenaline and cortisol. And so you go back into unhealthy habits that are there to sort of try and comfort you, and in the end, you grow either more obese or more ill physically. So when we don't take care of our anger, and we don't resolve it, resolve our shame, resolve our guilt, what ends up happening is that whenever someone triggers us, the same pattern comes up, the same emotions come up, and it gets to a point where whatever you've suppressed comes up threefold or more, meaning it's more difficult for you to control your anger, your shame, and your guilt, and then you become pretty much unconscious to patterns that really are going to leave you without friends, without people that care about you, and more alone than ever before. And so you'll seek out other people that can relate to your experience, but don't necessarily help you grow. They keep you in the same patterns. So what I'm trying to say is that before you raise a hand to anyone, pause and imagine your hand as a mirror and look at yourself. And just ask yourself this question: is this really me? Because 100% of the time, you're going to say it's not. This is not me. I am not a vengeful, hateful person by nature. I want love. I want to be loved. I want to love myself. But it's very difficult to get into those states when you are very upset about your actions, about your past, about the people that hurt you, and that needs to be sorted out. So my name's Nelson. I'm an energy psychologist. I practice the emotion code and the body code. I also integrate a divination system that helps you understand where you're going to find flow and where you're going to meet resistance, so that you have a better sense of yourself, your character, your personality, your energy traits that make you you, and help you see the value in yourself, but also help you see the darker paths or the darker states that you can find yourself habitually in, that you can change. And I'm going to repeat that. You can change the pattern. Everyone can. But it takes work and it takes courage to actually do it. So if you actually want to be the king of your inner domain and master who you are, this is the time. Because anger will never be more prominent than it is now until November 19th. Why I say that? There are factors at work. And we will remain in this fiery, easily triggered, back the F up state of mind. And we need to know why that's coming up for us and how we can resolve it, so we can be better human beings, not just for ourselves and being content with ourselves, but also so that we can create an environment where everyone feels comfortable, at ease, at peace. So we're not creating toxicity that is unwanted by the whole, and we are not attracting toxicity from the whole. You do the work on you, you're going to help the world make it become a better place. And this is what we want. We want the world to become a better place. So, now I'm getting rained on by Mother Nature with leaves. I think that's my cue that I've said enough. So, thank you for watching this video, and feel free to share it with friends. And from now until November 19th, I think I'm going to be running a promotion where we can heal anger, shame, guilt, and a whole whack of other emotions that are tied to anger, even stuff from your ancestors you don't really want in your field. Thanks for watching. Look forward to talking with you soon.